Optimus, look! It's Unicron!
Oh no! The Chaos Bringer is here! Quick, feed him Starscream!
What now? I'm high in fat!
Damn it, that didn't stop him! Oh shit, what are we gonna do now? Starscream, why couldn't you have tasted better?
Perhaps instead, Lord Optimus, we could feed his ego with a Q&A.
That's an excellent idea, Shockwave. Prepare the questions. Greetings, universe. My name is Orbital Bacon, and I am certified G1 and a real freaking prime. And you can't teach that. And this right here, this is my army of freaks. They're weird and they're proud. And you can't teach that. Bada boom! Realest bots in the room, how you doing? There's no time for how you doing. The Planet Eater is here, the Chaos Bringer. We gotta get out of here. But I think Shockwave came up with a way to keep him at bay. I don't know. Did you guys see? We sacrificed Starscream. We got rid of him. It did nothing. It did absolutely nothing.
Well, of course, Lord Optimus. I could have told you that was an illogical choice, sacrificing Starscream. He's the worst of all of us. You would have been better off launching Waspinator out. I don't know that Unicron has ever been to a Beast Wars planet. He might enjoy the organic taste. It's an exotic flavor.
Well, it's too late for that. What's done is done, and Starscream's gone. But welcome, chat. I hope you're all ready. We're gonna see if we can keep Unicron from eating us by feeding his ego. So please welcome the Chaos Bringer himself, Unicron.
Thank you, Optimus Prime. Today, it is I who am Orbital, because I am in your orbit. Now, convince me not to devour your planet. I see you threw Starscream at me. Did you expect that to fill my stomach? Or perhaps you expected me to reformat him into a more manly Decepticon. Well, I only work with the best, so you'll have to do better.
All right, challenge accepted. We can do that. We've got the army of freaks here, and they have submitted some questions and comments to satisfy your every curiosity. And that should, hopefully keep you from eating us and all that. All right, so let's get to the first question and see what we've got. I'm gonna have to put the YouTube chat away. There we go. Okay. First question is from Josephine Medina, and she asks, Unicron, was it tough to be a bad guy? Also, do you want to eat some of my pizza rolls and drink my Energon wine? Try to ignore that last one.
Josephine, thank you for your excellent question. I do not see myself as a bad guy. I am beyond evil, beyond good. I am beyond your wildest imagination. When my work is done, it shall be a glory to behold. There will be no good or evil left in the universe. Just I, Unicron. And if a pizza roll can be fashioned large enough to satiate my appetite, I would surely consume it. And if the Energon wine could be served in a big enough vessel, then I would surely oblige and drink it. But can you provide such a vessel? Can you provide such a pizza roll? Army of freaks, the gauntlet is laid down. My appetite remains unsatiated.
You hear that, freaks? The Chaos Bringer has issued us a challenge. We must build such a pizza roll, such an ungodly-sized pizza roll, and container of Energon wine. Or you're all gonna get it. I'm not going down alone. Alright, so the next question comes from Nightmare Reina. Greetings, great Chaos Bringer. I would like to know, how did you feel about Megatron using Dark Energon, which is your blood, to become stronger in Transformers Prime?
Well, my study of the human race informs me that the sharing of blood is a wonderful thing. In medicinal circumstances, far be it for me to recommend moderation in consumption. But, like most substances, consumed in moderation, no harm should come. However, Megatron can try all he likes. He shall never be made more powerful, more stronger, more virile than when I reformatted him into Galvatron. This is known.
Yes, isn't that the truth? Megatron hasn't ever been... He just hasn't been as virile since. Everybody knows it. Livestream knows it.
I hear that in the 3rd season he went a little bit crazy. Perhaps he should not have betrayed Unicron.
Yeah, maybe he learned his lesson. Alright, our next question comes from Silverstorm Pax. Lord Unicron. Notice how respectful everyone is being to you, Mr. Unicron. Alright, so Lord Unicron, how does it feel to know that humankind is your progeny, according to the Transformers Prime lore? You birthed the humans. What do you have to say for yourself?
I am noticing the deference and respect being shown to me by your army of freaks. It sometimes helps, but not often. The human race is a disease, an infestation. I see your species is aiming to colonize the planet Mars. Mars does not want you. She has told me this. Is why, for a time, I considered destroying the wretched little planet Earth. And I still may, though, as I have stated, the deference being afforded me is swaying my judgment in your favor.
Now, you mentioned something just now, Unicron. I think I've got a question myself before we go to the next one here. You said Mars told you? Do the planets talk to you?
Not only do they talk, Orbital Prime, but they also sing a most beautiful harmony and melody to each other. Only discernible and hearable to the ear of other planets and planetoids.
Kind of like whales.
The analogy is suitable. I have held many conversations with the planets of your system. They want the human race to stay away from them.
Yeah, I don't blame him for that. Have you seen Twitter? What a dumpster fire. Alright, our next question comes from Shirogane 117. Lord Unicron, what were you like before you became evil? Assuming you weren't always evil, that is. Were you and Primus best friends or like brothers? And what's it like to have Dark Energon as your blood?
Such a narrow understanding of the balance of creation. As I have stated, I am not evil. This is fake news. When the human eats the dog, as some of you do, Like I said, I have done my research. This is not evil. This is survival. And this is what it is when I consume. I am simply surviving. As for the relationship betwixt siblings, which you reference, this can be complicated between planet-sized transformers as it can between fleshlings. Perhaps later I may elaborate on something of that relationship. As for the Dark Energon, well, it is the one thing, the only thing I have ever had for blood. To me, it is normal. I am unable to tell you what it is like. What's it like to have red goop for your blood? I bet you think that's quite normal, don't you? Army of freaks.
Yeah, I don't know. Humans confuse me no matter what's inside of them. So you raised another interesting question, Unicron. So do you mean you have relations with the planets? Do you get busy with them?
Oh, indeed. For pretty much all I do is rest, eat, and procreate. I have seen the questions, and the subject may come up later. I think I will save the exquisite detail for later in the session.
Well, I mean, I can't blame you. If it takes a planet to satisfy your hunger, it probably takes a planet-sized booty, if you know what I mean. All right, so
Exactly.
we'll go on to the next question. Metal Boss DBZ wants to know if you eat planets for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I mean, I would assume all three. What else do you eat?
You are correct, Prime. My diet might first appear limited to planets, but there are many kinds of planets out there. Simply put, Metal Boss DBZ. Yes, I eat planets for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Excellent. As expected of the Planet Eater himself. And as a nice follow-up question, we have Spencerius Scott asking, how exactly do the planets taste when you eat them?
A celestial body will taste different, depending on its makeup and constitution. To use an analogy that the human race may understand, metallic planets, which I am seen eating in the 86 movie, they represent what a human might call, vitamins and minerals, healthy things, meat and veg, meat and two veg, whereas rock planets, such as the planet the humans live on, this is more of a pudding, a dessert. They are acceptable in moderation, but you could not live, Unicron, could not live wholly on a diet of rock planets. Then there are suns, stars if you like. I do not eat stars. They are too spicy. They are like the ghost pepper of your planet. And finally, there is what you call the gas giant, such as Saturn or Jupiter from your system. I do not like such planets. They give me gas. I try to avoid them, for I do not want to give birth to a new nebula. If you catch my meaning, as I float through space, I might fart a new nebulae, and then that would really confuse the astronomers of the wretched little Earth.
I was wondering where those came from. I never knew. I just see these colorful clouds out in space, like they just always been there. I guess they thought they were a part of nature. But now we know. Unicron.
Well, my wind is indeed a beautiful thing to behold, but not deadly to traverse.
Beautiful. Thank you, Unicron. All right. For the next question, we have Creature Cal, and he wants to know, hello, Unicorn. What is your favorite episode of My Little Pony? I thought you would know, since that and Transformers are both from Hasbro. And I think this Creature Cal is going to get us all eaten, but there you go.
Creature Cal, a most excellent question. I do indeed enjoy My Little Pony. My favorite episode is the one where they all die from a sexually transmitted infection. Although I am a trans-dimensional being, I may have seen that episode in another dimension. I will try to capture it for you, if you have not seen it, and transmit it to your planet. It was exciting, interesting, and in the end, it was most sad to witness their writhing corpses.
I don't know, sounds like it would make for a good live stream. Thank you, Unicron, and thank you for the question, Creature Cal. All right, next up is from Omegas817 to Unicron. I have a question. What happens wait, hold on, this is weird. Okay, so what happens if you see the evil version of Primus and the nice version of yourself from Shattered Glass? All hail Unicron. Okay, so if you're unfamiliar, Unicron, there's a multiple version. You probably are, because you're a multiversal being. So Shattered Glass is like the Bizarro world. If you've been there, what do you think?
I have not yet visited the Shattered Glass universe, though it is on my travel guide and I do wish to go there. It is true, Omegas, I am a multi-dimensional being. If and when I found myself in the Shattered Glass universe, I should let them fight each other, and then, when the victor is enjoying their victory, with their strength depleted from the struggle, I shall strike. It is my destiny. I shall rule the Shattered Glass universe, and every universe in time.
You got my vote for leader of the Shattered Glass universe. I hate those guys. All right, the next question comes from Punch Party 400. Why didn't you change Megatron's gender when reformatting him so that the name Galvatron would have been more funny?
I do not often laugh, but do not think I do not have a sense of humor, for my sense of humor is matched only by my size. This kind of thing was not as commonplace in 2005 when the movie took place, so I decided not to tamp with that. However, in the current year, if Galvatron wishes to regender himself, it is my understanding that he need only change his pronouns on Twitter. Then, no individual, no federal agency would dare to stand in his way.
Diabolical, Unicron. That's diabolical. Only because it would work. Alright, speaking of Galvatron, our next question comes from Lord Galvatron. To Unicron, Lord Unicron, that is. How do you feel that you were voiced by Orson Welles in the movie? And what do you think of your newest toy, too?
If I am correct, Mr. Wells was a man of hard living, hard drinking, hard smoking, and a hit with the ladies. It is therefore pleasurable to me to have my utterances interpreted and shared via his vocal processor. As for the toy by HasLab, all the lady planets that my best feature is my mouth. Oh, more. And they painted it the wrong color. As a result, this toy, this HasLab, they may proceed on their way to oblivion. However, if you have forked out the money, I sincerely hope you enjoy it.
Fair answer. I think that's very fair. Thank you, Unicron.
I did tell you that we would return to the honeys. There are indeed, you see, female planets, and they like my mouth. They like the things I do with my mouth. They like the things I do to other planets with my mouth, and they like the things I do to them.
You know what, Unicron? That's not what a hero does. That's what DC Comics taught us with Batman. Heroes don't use their mouths on ladies.
I have never professed to be a hero.
Fair enough. Alright, our next question comes from Decepticon Wheeljack. This is a Wheeljack. I don't know if he's multi-dimensional or whatever, or if he just defected. But he asks, Lord Unicron, it's me, Decepticon Wheeljack. Where I come from, you are our Primus. But I wanted to ask, how does it feel to be a planet?
This body was once my tomb. But then I added some aircon and some posters of some honeys, and it's a lovely place now. How do you think it feels to be a planet? It is an alt mode befitting of a god, of a lord, and a lord of chaos too. When they see me coming, they tremble because of it.
Yeah, if I could have chosen planet as my alt mode, I probably would have done the same thing, not gonna lie. Alright, our next question comes from Autobot Sunstreaker. Unicron, what is it like to be the brother of Primus?
Annoying. Ask anybody with a famous brother. He is absolutely insufferable at family get-togethers. You should see him at the Thanksgiving table. I am Primus, he says. I am Unicron, I say. And then he says the same thing, only louder, forcing me to say the same thing even louder still. It is almost as if being trapped in this cycle of brotherly competition is our destiny.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Unicron. You know, I wonder, because, if you're brothers with Primus, where did I really get my epic speech-telling abilities from? Alright, the next question we have... Oh, go ahead.
You can't imagine how annoying it is when you think you're getting somewhere with a lady planet, and then they ask you about Primus. It's a real mood killer.
Our next question comes from Crimson Raptors. Almighty Chaos Bringer. Do you only devour planets containing robotic life forms? Or any planets rich with precious metals? Or simply planets that possess energon? In other words, are you picky about that? I think you've talked about it a little bit.
I am not picky. My preferred option would be a planet of metallic beings, for they are the best thing for my stomach acids. However, sometimes some fiber, some roughage is needed to force its way through my systems. In such a circumstance, I may devour a rocky planet, such as the Earth, where the humans live. But never, as I have said, a sun, for they are too spicy, they are too hot. You do not want to know what comes out the other side when I eat one of them.
If it's the whole nebula, whatever they're called, nebula cloud when you fart, then I would imagine the other thing is probably like a meteor shower, so we won't go there. All right, next question is from Decepticon Ironhide, another defector or possible multiversal being. To Lord Unicron, what do you think of the cyberverses of other Megatrons? I think what he means is, what do you think of the multiverse of Megatrons out there?
Well, I have encountered many Megatrons in my travels through the multiverse. So long as he does not try any funny business on me, we should get along just fine. Let him never forget that in the universe of the 86 movie, he belongs to me. Now, I could do the same to any Megatron in any universe at any time. Note that, Decepticon Ironhide, as your answer.
I think Megatron better note that answer too. It sounds like better watch out. All right, the next question comes from Michaela the Freakin Prime. Hey Unicron, I'm just here to ask you a question. Oh, she's real casual, like you guys are best friends. What do you think of what happened in the Transformers Prime movie? You know, the one where you were like made out of rock and stuff?
Michaela, it is agreeable to see you again. You never called after that night. Still, I understand. You were probably busy. What do I feel about the TF Prime movie? To be honest, what do you think, Orbital Prime?
Well, I like the movie. Whoa! This guy
Careful
just...
with them planetary HOS. Some of them may seem like they have to offer on the surface. But in reality them plitches wear molten to the core.
Oh, Biff Guy, thank you so much. Okay, so Biff Guy just tipped $20 with some excellent advice about them planetary hoes. It didn't want to read that word for some reason, and I bet YouTube's going to demonetize. Well, I'm already demonetized. Who cares? So anyway, thank you, Biff. But yeah, you got to watch out, Unicron. Some of the, he coined a new phrase there, plitches, planetary bitches. You got to watch out. They're molten to the core. Liquid lava inside. They'll melt your, thing off.
In other words, they are hot stuff. Is not the TF Putin P movie the one where I was shot into space in a jar?
I don't know. I don't know what happened at the end of that one because Bumblebee, I don't know, Bumblebee was there and I hate him.
I am going to be honest with you. Like you, Prime, I am a certified G1. Even though I have hopped and traveled through the universes, it's difficult to keep up with all the things that have happened to me.
It's alright. At the end of the day, Unicron, that's right. You are certified G1. Alright, next.
If I may repeat one more time. Michaela Prime. Call me.
Alright, our next question comes from Starscreamy. He says, hello! O great and mighty Unicron, eater of planets. I just wanted to ask, does the planets taste like? Does they? Does they taste? And are the planets your favorite food? I don't know what he means, does they taste like. Maybe what does they taste like? Yeah, let's go with that. What do the planets taste like? And are they indeed your favorite food? Do you eat them because you have to or because they're your favorite?
The planets does taste very, very nice indeed. They are the one thing, the only thing, that I can truly devour and receive sustenance from. I have tried other things, space stations, mining colonies, but they do not even touch the sides.
You know, you're making me want to try planets. In more ways than one. Anyway, next question is from Autobot Drift. Unicron, why would you keep Prime alive in the studio? Hey, wait a minute. That's me. Why wouldn't he keep me alive? You're not gonna eat me, are you?
Autobot Drift, that is a very good question. There is only one reason he is alive. Because of that trinket he keeps on his desk. The Autobot Matrix of Leadership. I see it. I see it. I see it on my internal monitors. It is the one thing, the only thing, saving him and his entire army of freaks. It is the one thing that saves them. I see them all. I see the freaks being weird, being proud. Indeed, their pride may also be enough to save them.
You know what's funny is I almost forgot I had this thing. Good thing I keep it around. I just thought it looked cool.
Well, if you forget that it is around, perhaps I could persuade you to hand it over to me.
No way, it's my favorite paperweight. It's not going anywhere.
One day, Optimus Prime. One day, if I have to tear the universe apart, and if I have to reformat 1,000,000 Decepticons in order to take it, I shall have the Matrix. It is my destiny.
We'll see about that, Unicron. Alright, a few more questions to go. The next one comes from Kickbox Productions. Oh, deplorable. Question for Unicron. Thank you for the tip. What was your reaction when the toy reviewers referred to your alt mode as a giant flying space... I don't know it. What is that? Let me, go to the... Oh, okay, there we go. I had to find the decensored version. What was your reaction when the toy reviewers referred to your alt mode as a giant flying space anus?
Well, I suppose the analogy stands. But if I had to give you the grisly detail, I would point out that thing that I eat planets through, that is not my anus. That is my mouth. My maw. I do have an anus. You do not want to see it.
Now I've got a question. Did Grimlock truly indeed kick your butt? Is that your butt? Did Dinobot kick butt?
He likes to say so, but if I recall, it wasn't just him kicking butt that day. They so narrowly escaped my grasp. Did you see them? Did you see them as I clenched my fist? I clenched it hard, and they flew between my fingers. Such agility for such clumsy, ungraceful animals. The Dinobots. If I could reformat them, I would make them so powerful.
Something tells me that wasn't all that was clenched that day. Alright, we need to get back to Kickbox's question. My lord, I have spent decades trying to prove that you were never a myth, and now, to see you is mind-blowing. When you get your hands on the last Prime, how will you end him? I think you're talking about me again. What? Freaks, why have you turned on me?
Because they know what side their bread is buttered now, Optimus Prime. Yes, my ego, my appetite, my honor is being fed by these questions. The last Prime does not have the manifolds to face me, he will not meet me in open combat. I would stalk him, tear him apart. I would rip him a new exhaust port. It is my destiny, and you cannot destroy my destiny!
Beautifully said, beautifully said. All right, we've got a couple more questions here. This one comes from AHM1K. With all the planets you've eaten, have you gotten diabetes at this point? Little too much sugar in your diet?
AHM1K. I would apologize for getting your name wrong. The gods never apologize. Well, AHM1K, thank you for your question regarding my health. I lead a very active lifestyle. I travel a lot. I eat a balanced diet. I exercise. These things and more. Particularly my activities with the pitches, the pose, the planetary hose. I forget what we just named them. All of these things keep me healthy, keep me strong, keep me virile. So, I have not yet contracted diabetes, but thank you for inquiring after my health.
That's good to know. I wouldn't want to think of having to sever that gigantic foot. All right, our final question comes from Nindrago the Astro. Oh, I was about to call him Astro Train, but Astronian? Asinonian? He's from the planet Ass, okay? Nindrago from the planet Ass. My lord, out of your minions, which is your favorite? Galvatron? Cyclonus? Scourge in the sweeps? Nemesis Prime? Not him. Sideways, Ramjet? The Fallen, Hook, Line, and Sinker, etc.?
Drago, from the planet Us. I would like to eat the planet Ass. That sounds like a very satisfying meal. Well, to answer your question, for a time, I considered Galvatron and Cyclonus the Warrior and Scourge the Tracker as my finest creations. But in the end, I was betrayed. I am always betrayed in the end. They all betray me. Oh, apart from, I think, Sideways. I don't think he betrayed me in the end. So, I suppose the answer to your question, Nindrago of Us, is Sideways.
Oh, I did not see that coming. I was not expecting Sideways to be the answer to that. That's very interesting.
Well, what do you expect? With everything I create turns against me, Prime. It's so hard to find good company, to find friends, to find people upon which one can rely to do one's dirty work. Sideways has served his master well. Galvatron did not.
Well, that's all the questions that we had submitted ahead of time. If you would like, Unicron, if you've got a few extra minutes to hang around, we can take some questions live from the chat.
Unicron
Yes,
just Loki
there
wants
are
to
a
add
few
that
moments
paperweight to his
yet,
secret
a
jar
few
collection.
opportunities
Also,
to
if
save
you're worried
your
about
life
spicy food
and your
ruining your
planet.
Unicranus, try some
Fire
Moon
your
Knight on the side.
questions at the bringer of chaos.
Thank you so much, Biff Guy, for the tip. Thank you so much. Let me read that for you, Unicron. Biff just donated $10 and has some excellent advice once again. He says, Loki wants to add that paperweight to his secret jar collection, which he's talking about my Matrix because Loki just made all the Infinity Stones worthless, basically made the entire MCU worthless. So we're not going to let that happen to me. No. The Matrix is the most important paperweight in the universe, and you can't have it. But also, he says
that if you're worried about spicy food ruining your Unicranus, try some Moonays on the side.
On the side? On the side of what? On the side of my Ucranus?
Or maybe somebody else's Unicranus. I don't know. I don't know how it works with planets.
I like the sound of this product. Perhaps I shall buy some on the Amazon Prime.
I know I'm
By the way,
interested in Moonays.
Are you affiliated with Amazon Prime? Because it bears your name.
Yeah, they pay me royalties. Every time somebody clicks on it, I get half of a penny.
You must be minted for life, Prime.
Not certified G1 for nothing. Alright, let me find out what's going on with the chat. No, Loki was just a pun. Oh, the Loki. Oh. Well, I didn't understand it. Unicron has a secret jar collection? What is this? You have a secret jar collection, Unicron?
I have many jars, and I have many secrets in many jars.
The dark side of the moon,
Give me the
obviously.
Matrix, now, and I will share with you all my jarred secrets.
The dark side of the moon, obviously. Thank you again, Biff Guy. Thank you so much. And why did I think of that? The full moon. Or dark side of the moon. I don't know, which do you prefer?
Me? I'm a fan of Dark Side of the Moon. I think it's the most excellent arrangement of music. We are talking about the hit 70s album, are we not?
Yes, we are. Yes. I'm also a fan of Dark Side Moons.
These days, I'll take a look at any moon I get the chance to.
These days you have to be a fan of the dark side or you'll get canceled.
Indeed. Oh, Crimson Raptors. He who asked the question thinks he can ask another question in the live chat. Unicron. How would you like... Oh, I can't see. The question has disappeared behind the picture of me.
It says, how would you like to try some deep-fried pizza rolls? And if so, what flavor would you like?
Fire them at me, Crimson Raptor. I will consume them. I will consume them all. And then I will tell you exactly what I think of them.
All right.
Zachary has Kingdom Cyclonus. Good for you. Tell him Unicron is creator. Says hello.
Unicron says hello to you, Zachary, and approves of your choice of figure purchases.
Josephine, how dare you? How dare you make such a statement? Optimus Prime does not have more fangirls than I, Unicron.
Thank you for pointing that out. I don't know. Unicron is infecting me with dark energon. I think I sounded evil for a minute there. I'm infested with dark energon.
Come to the dark side, Optimus Prime.
It's happening.
I could make you powerful.
I'm turning into Nemesis Prime.
Yes.
I'm infested with the dark energon. And now I shall become the Nemesis that I always knew I was.
Bring the Matrix to I, Unicron. Do it now. It is it is your destiny.
Yes, it is my destiny.
You cannot destroy your destiny. Oh, I got overcome with myself there. I was overcome.
Yes, this is one of the effects of the dark energon. You say things all crazy.
Red Alert. Red Alert appears to think that I am flirting with his girlfriend. Could it be Michaela? Is it Michaela? I have so many. I'll be honest with you. I will come clean. Optimus, I have many lady friends in your chat. Many acquaintances of happy memory.
Many planets of the night.
Indeed. Kelvin Gorse has a question. Unicron, I have a question for ya. If you consume everything in existence, what would you do next? I shall create a desert and call it peace. My universe. No good, no evil. Just I, Unicron.
Unicron, I've got a question for you. So, if you say you got your main planet, you got a few side planets, right? Would you call your whole stable of planetary hoes a constellation?
I would. That is an appropriate C word.
You got a constellation of planets, and they're all lining up for the Big Dipper.
Zachary Cambria is turning against you, Prime. He says Rodimus is your only hope now.
Rodimus ain't got shit. Alright.
Here, Optimus, one more thing of great import. It would appear your friend Bumblebee is in the chat, your best friend. He would lay his life down.
Not my best friend. I hate that guy.
I'm going back to the dark side. I'm going back to the dark side if Bumblebee's here. He tried to blow me up in the movie. He and that human set.
He tries to blow everybody up. That's what he does.
He cannot be. You should always watch out for the small ones. The ones that pretend to be your friend. They will betray you. Like Galvatron betrayed me.
Oh, believe you me, Unicron, whenever Bumblebee's around, I'm watching my six.
Excellent.
Alright, we've got a few more questions here, and then we'll wrap up the stream. Case and Kennedy, hold on, let me not be evil while I ask these so people can understand. Case and Kennedy wanted to know who would be more likely to betray you, the evil Wreckers or the evil Rodimus? Rodimus Unicronus.
I think I trust the Wreckers more. For I do believe, in the comics, they did create me a new body. And they were my new troops to command. Yes, I would say Rodimus would betray me.
CEO of Grimlocks wants to know, does it hurt your ego at all that all of the Transformers out there, it was Hot Rod that beat you, as worthless as he is?
We will not mention this. We will never mention this again. That wretched little upstart, Hot Rod. He is not hot at all. He is a worm. And he should not have defeated Galvatron. Galvatron was my creation. He was all-powerful. He should have been able to strangle the life from Hot Rod. I curse Hot Rod. He got Optimus Prime killed, and then he killed me. Temporarily. For like Optimus Prime, Unicron always returns.
Oh, something we have in common there, alright. So, Crazy Pink 20 wants to know, which do you prefer, pink or blue?
I am actually quite partial to the pink.
Interesting. Alright, Decepticon Ratchet begs. He says, my lord, keep Prime alive. He is useful.
Well, for a time, I considered destroying him. But I observe the good work he does here, broadcasting to the army of freaks, keeping the message real, keeping weirdness alive, fighting the culture of cancel. Yes, I see now that I will spare the wretched little planet of Cybertron for the time being, so long as he keeps up the good work.
You got a deal, Unicron. I'm just a robot in disguise who likes thick thighs. So I'm gonna keep it real. All the way to the end of the universe. Unicron, I want to give you a big thank you, a big shout out for appearing on the show, and let me give a big shout out to the guy who voiced Unicron, Ultra Marcus. If you guys aren't familiar with him, I highly advise you go check out his channel. It is the same name, Ultra Marcus, and he does some cool stop motion videos. He does a few live streams himself, and he's, as you can hear, he's got a wonderful voice. So check him out, and thanks again for appearing on the live stream.
Thank you, Optimus Bacon, for that recognition. I shall be passing through this system again one day. Perhaps we shall not be so lucky next time. But until then, to you and to your army of freaks, stay weird and stay proud.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks again, everyone in the chat. I want to give one last shout out to Biff Guy and Deplorable. Thank you so much for the donations. I really hope everyone enjoyed the chat tonight with the Q&A. We'll be doing more of these in the future. I'll announce the next character coming soon. I don't know who it's going to be exactly just yet. So stay tuned for the community post, and I'll announce the next character that will be featured in the live Q&A interview. And until then, as Unicron said, and as we always do, stay weird and stay proud. This is Optimus the Freakin' Prime, signing off.